Hi YouTube, Mr. Labrador here. We are on the ground in Paraburdoo. Apparently the township name Paraburdoo means meat birds, as in birds you can eat. Anyway, we'll be flying down to the copper mine at Degrussa today in the Lancair Legacy. That's taking a quick squeeze at our flight plan. We'll be taking out of Paraburdoo, heading over the McDonald River, Durack Township, Minyama River, Ethel River, a little township called Grand Sable, then the Gascoyne River, which is known as the Upside Down River. We'll talk more about that when we get there. And then finally to Degrussa. Flight time is 47 minutes, will probably take about an hour or so to get down there. Welcome to Nick, QF Aviator, and hopefully we have some of our mods on as well. I do believe Lachlan will be busy flying an aeroplane. Let's head on out. Random gas tanks over here. Arms 13, Tim Burnett and JB Aviation. Good to see you there. Not sure where Toilet Inspector is, but it is Sunday, so it might be at online church. Anyway, if anyone wants it, that is the toilet right there. Give me a second. I have not pre-ordered 2020. Didn't know that was a thing. Thanks for letting me know. I'll take a look. Can't do it yet. That makes sense. They haven't put out a release date yet, so why would they let you pre-order something they don't know when they're going to put out into the world? Will it be this year? Will it be next year? Who knows? Who knows? Gotta love this lineup of utes. Cool, let's jump on. First thing to do is throw the flaps out. Flaps out. Okay, jumping off the back of the plane's wing. First thing to look at is said flaps. Give them a bit of a tug, make sure they're all in one piece. Aileron's happy. Two little antennas at the back there. The light's happy. On the top here we have a fuel input. We recently put some fuel in there. In here we have a pitot and a little place to stick our fuel tester. Three props. Two little holes, make sure that they're nice and clear. Into this fuel tester. Checked. Hello Inspector, how you doing? Good stuff there. So, Toilet Inspector, how's level 3 treating you? How long are you guys in lockdown for over in level 3 land? Sure, Aaron's mum and dad are doing well. They might be having an argument with him about simming right now. The good old Southern Cross on the tail here. And the tail is looking fine. Let's jump in. Cool. Everything there is looking great. Just check the tail before we go out. Love the fact they can stick your head out there. Okay then. First thing we need to do is drop the lid and then we'll start the engine. And suddenly everything gets really warm. Let's turn this on. Clear prop. A Pauline Hanson supporter. That's low information voting right there. Get these flaps up. Oh, that one. Bringing good news. Is that news that we're allowed out of isolation? We're allowed to run around outside now. Indeed. Ausflight Expo.
System test okay.
We would have been hanging out this weekend and I would have been flying desperately back to Melbourne in about 2 hours. Oh well, stuck in our homes instead. Cool, so the flight plan direct to Degrussa essentially. I'm just going to make sure that's plugged into vatsim. It isn't, of course. Why would it be in flight sim? That would be too easy. Just going to get my remarks section. So we're going to be a VFR flight plan. We're not that VTX, we're XTZ. We're flying from YPBO to YDGU, YMKR, or MEK is it? It's about 1 hour flight, about 3 hours of fuel on board. We're playing for about 225 knots and we're going to be at 7,500 feet. None of that's useful. Done. Okay, let's have a look at the weather. Chicago airport's free. Okay, definitely downloading that. Thanks for that. Good stuff. PBO, our weather information. Should be 0, is it 8 I'm assuming? Yep. 2, 3, 1, done.
Automated Weather Information Service, Paraburdoo Airport. Time 0906 Zulu. Wind 150 degrees magnetic at 3 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Present weather, no significant weather. Cloud clear below 10,000 feet. Temperature 30. Dew point -6. QNH 1015 hectopascals. Rainfall.
Go. QNH 1015. The wind is 150 at 3. We're going to be using runway 6, I reckon. It's almost direct crosswind all the way through. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's directly crosswind on both runways. Brilliant. We're heading kind of more eastbound than the other way, so runway 06. Transponder is on. Make it 1500 on the climb out. Heading west, showing up good. Flaps 10 for departure.
Paraburdoo traffic, radio check.
Wrong frequency, but yeah. 1268. .8 is set. Alright, let's have a look at our departure. We'll be heading on a track of 148, is it? No, it'll be 145. Right about there. Uh, 6 minutes for the first leg, and then 3 minutes, and then 10. So the first one is McDonald River. Tracking, what was it, southeast. Paraburdoo traffic, X-ray Tanker Zulu is Lancair Legacy on the GA apron. We'll be taxiing out to runway 06 to backtrack. We'll call once entering the runway.
Paraburdoo traffic, am I on the right frequency now?
Yep.
Yep.
We'll start moving out.
And Paraburdoo traffic, November 100 Alpha is a type Mooney acclaim. We'll be taxiing out to runway 06.
Paraburdoo traffic, Mike India Tango, we're just going to taxi behind the other guys.
Okay, we'll do a run-up check right about here.
Paraburdoo traffic.
2000 RPM. Right about there. That's a good and immediate push.
Paraburdoo traffic 21 is also taxiing runway 06.
Alright, all the lights are in. Fuel pump will be on for the takeoff. So we're all ready to
And if anyone
go.
knows, just confirm runway 06 is facing north, correct?
Now it's heading east.
East, roger, thanks.
Paraburdoo traffic, Exo Tango Zulu entering runway 06 to backtrack. Aussie Gorilla, g'day.
Traffic Paraburdoo, 92, radio check. Go to 5 by 5.
Got you 5 by 5, Lockheed.
Yeah, it's working. You guys see me at all?
Yes. And if anyone knows, just to confirm that after departure, since the runway's heading east, it's a slight right turn and then just straight, pretty much.
I've got a heading of 145.
Roger, 145, thanks, Tran. Well, my sim's crashing. I'll have to come back later.
No, well.
And I can't look around the cockpit, I'm reconnecting.
It's saying not responding, but it's not coming up with the crash yet, so maybe some luck here. Hopefully something will happen.
The infamous white screen of death. Cool, we'll spin the airplane and
We're going to
face
reset the sim. We'll be back hopefully soon.
Paraburdoo traffic, X-ray Tango Zulu departing runway 06, a right-hand crosswind departure. This is Willie Rich.
Traffic Paraburdoo, Mikey D Tango Center into runway 06 after performing aircraft.
Well, Zarek, you're up. And the flaps.
Paraburdoo traffic, Mikey D Tango departing runway
Time 16.
following the extra
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Yeah, 23. Go look for 2400 RPM, make it 23, it's good enough.
Hopefully this time.
On the autopilot. We didn't use autopilot last flight, we will this time. Going up to 7,500 feet. To peak, we'll just go ever so slightly leaner peak, about 3 or 4 degrees. There it is. I love this EGT gauge, it's really useful. You can see exactly where the peak is. You don't have to worry about monitoring your RPM and manifold pressure on the way up as much. Okay, put in 23, current time 18. And that the McDonald River. I'm kind of flying along the edge of the little sandy desert today. Anyway, we're over into no longer in a sea-tail land. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the centre, 123.95.
Paraburdoo traffic Mooney 1 is taking off runway 06.
There's top of climb. There's peak power, just got a little bit richer peak, maybe by 5 degrees. Time 20. Next 2 minutes we should see the river. Wondering if that's it there. These are dry rivers. They can be a bit hard to spot. I reckon that might be it right in front of us. That little dark patch on the sand. I reckon that might be it there. Cool, so call it 22. 345, 25. Next is Durack. Now the Durack River should have a road next to the river. Dirt road next to the dry river. Said 225 knots, currently showing about 228, so roughly there. Just come off full power a little bit. Time 24. We should see a river and a road right next to each other. Could be as simple as that. Nope, that's it there. Cool. That's definitely the river. The Durack River. There's that road, right next to it. Exactly as I expected, and the time is 25 now. Okay, 35, pretty easy math there. 10 minutes to go and we should see ourselves next to the next waypoint, which will be Minyama River. Cool, just over the hour till we get to where we're going. Degrussa. Perfect. So the plan is to take the aeroplane through Degrussa mine and then out to Carnarvon, which is finally an airport that is a publicly owned airport, not one of these private mine site airports. We'll probably do that on Wednesday or Friday. From Carnarvon we'll head down the coast a little bit towards Kalbarri before we track back into a mining site. I do want to change aircraft at Carnarvon, and I'm thinking 172 or Pipe Cherokee. Not sure yet. Might want something a bit quicker than that. But we'll consider it. It'd be nice to get one of the familiar old aeroplanes again. Yep, tomorrow is milk run Monday. Standard milk run. Melbourne and Sydney. I'm thinking of doing a Melbourne to Canberra in Dash 8. Time 30. We'll live a dried lake up over there. Still another 5 minutes till we see the next river. So a little bit about the place we're going to, Degrussa Mine, which is owned by the Sandfire Resources group. They mine copper mostly over there at Degrussa. A little bit of gold, but not much. Mostly copper. Mostly exported to the Asian electronics market. The other thing that they have at Degrussa is a reasonably large solar panel electricity installation. Essentially just runs their own little internal camp off the batteries. I guess they mine the copper, send it off to China or whatever to turn it into batteries, and bring it back over and run the batteries as power for their mine site camp. If you saw the thumbnail, the solar panel farm is the background of the thumbnail. Oh, a little underperforming on the speed there. Bring the power back up. So Degrussa Mine, we've got runway 0927. The AWIS does not have a telephone number, so we're going to pick up the weather some other way. Based on this, the weather should have a let's see. 030 at 13. I know that. That'll favour runway 09 with a bit of crosswind. Crosswind mostly from the left. Airport elevation 18,000. This airport has Jet A1 private installation. You have to contact the aerodrome manager to get it. They don't have any avgas. So if you want to fly in these parts, you really do need something that uses Jet A1 fuel, or at least diesel. I reckon that's our river. Minyama River. These are perennial rivers, so they do dry up in the dry season. And essentially only a river when it's the floods during the wet season. They do run out to the sea, but this time of year they don't run anywhere at all. You can see a little bit of a dark imprint in the land where the rivers used to be, because a lot of that water seeps into the table below it, and get a lot of vegetation growing in there, in the leftover moisture that's underneath the river path. Nice little road. This is the time of year to travel because it's A, cooler, not much cooler, but 30 degrees instead of 40, and it's dry, so you can drive along these roads and cross these rivers without having to have a boat. Furthermore, our CTAF 126.7 once we get down into Degrussa. That was 35, next will be 42. Ethel. Again, a river. This time the river will be, that's it right there actually. So it will be following the river for quite a bit. This is the river here, the Ethel River, and at some point it will cross in front of us and shoot off towards the west. That's our next waypoint at time 42, and after that 5 minutes thereafter will be 47 South Sabel, which is a little settlement that should appear off to our left side. after South Sabble will be the Gascoyne River. Gascoyne River is, to the Western Australians that know it, the upside down river, they call it. Speed exactly on the money, 225. Hi there, T-Cammy, how you doing? We're flying southwards down the Ethel River, which is about to cross underneath us, I do believe. Ethel, we're here, 42, couple of minutes. These dried up rivers. KFC this week? I don't know. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Two minutes out from our point. There it is. Road shooting straight out to the east, and the river should be out to the west. Oh, swallow the road. I know where we are. So the next one will be 47. So apparently we've actually travelled south of the line of the Tropic of Capricorn in the last couple of minutes. We're no longer in the tropics. So a little celebration for us being in the subtropical southern hemisphere. No more vertical shadows during the solstice. So heading doing 148. One minute out, we should be next to the little township and road of wherever that place is. We veered off a bit too far for that one. I reckon it's that thing on the hillside. Little Aborigine town. Gran Desierto del Sabil. That's one heck of a name. Looks very Spanish. Go and get it here. Gran. G-R-A-N-D-E-S-I-E-R-T-O del Sable. Huh. The Great Sandy Desert. Fair enough. On to the next point, which should be our infamous upside down river, the Gascoyne. Gascoyne River is actually the longest river in Western Australia, even though it's dry for about 8 months of the year. They call it the upside down river because all the water is underneath the sound. That's right, you got the riverbed, rock, then the river's under there. No, they weren't all that imaginative. That's pretty much the same for all of Australia. The big sandy desert, the little sandy desert. Okay. Everything else was just named after the guys that were there, or guys that were there named it after people that paid them. There's literally a place just off the Gascoyne River called Peak Hill. I guess that was named because the hill had a peak. Like every hill, ever. Bunch of sand dunes here. About what, 10 minutes out? We'll be there by just past 8 o'clock. There's a few different ways we could enter the circuit for this airport at Degrussa. We're coming in from directly north. One option would be the quickest option, straight into a left-hand base, runway 09, which I'm tempted to do. The other option would be come straight overhead into the dead side, fly along the dead side while descending, then join a full downwind onto runway 09. It's like a big spiral to get in. Another one would be to offset slightly to the east and then push into a right hand to a downwind turn and then to the left downwind. That's a bit weird and awkward. I don't like that one. So I reckon we'll go straight into the base. All about that base. Okay, we need to descend to 2,800. We're currently at 7.5. So that's 7.525. So it's 5,000 that we need to lose. 15 knots. 15 nautical miles to start our descent. And need to lose how many knots? 200, 190, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. About good 8. $23 miles out, we'll start our descent. We see YPLU multicom, that's a plutonic mine. There's a proper gold mine out there somewhere for the plutonic mine. It's got a dirt runway, so it's less developed than Degrussa. Apparently they actually fly Dash 8 200s out there to the Plutonic mine. Dash 8 300 and 200s. But like every airport in this region, you need prior permission to land there. They generally don't give it out unless you have some really good reason to go there, or if you can pay them lots of money. .56, so about another 3 minutes we should be flying past the Gascoyne River. Two minutes. Seeing some actual standing water on the ground over there. Couple of roads. Couple of relatively distinctive hills. I reckon that's our mine site just up ahead. Alrighty, let's start on down. Next, coming up slightly a little richer peak. Traffic Degrussa X-ray Tango Zulu is a Lancair Legacy at 6,500 feet on descent. We'll be joining a circuit for runway 09 from a left-hand base. Estimate circuit time 01. Traffic Degrussa. Yep, that's a GTN 750. Good looking unit, eh? And there's a 650 just below it. That's odd. I just like installed it off the installer. Worked first time. This is Lancair Legacy version 2 though, so it might be that. I think the version 1 was only really compatible with the GTN rather than, not the GTN, the GNS, what are those things called, the 430 and the 530. Gold mine just somewhere out there in the desert. That'll be it. That's a gold mine right there. Citation 2, that's a nice jet. Got Degrussa mine coming up there. We've got some tailing ponds that are fairly visible. There's a runway. Gonna come off the autopilot. 3 minutes out. Traffic Degrussa mine, X-ray Tango Zulu is 7 miles to the north of the field. We'll be turning in for a left base runway 09er. Traffic Degrussa. Director's up. Need to drop a bit of speed. We'll open up some brake here. Air brake on a single prop. Love it. I'm using a honeycomb yoke these days, fairly new. I had it for about 3 weeks. It's pretty good. Only get coming down, and I'll take flaps. Approach mode set. Degrussa mine traffic, X-ray Tango Zulu is on the left base runway 09er. Okay, brakes are released, undercarriage is down, mixture fully rich, prop is fully forward, fuel pump is on, flaps are set, that's full flaps,
500.
and checklist complete. Back on the profile. Yeah, there's that crosswind from the left, pretty obvious.
Radio check,
Traffic Degrussa, mine, X-ray Tanker Zulu is vacated, runway 27, again 09. Brakes is up.
Step up.
Alrighty, we'll shut it down. Boost pump is off. Puddle lights. Open up the hatch. Having the flaps up might have been good. And there we are. Degrussa mine. Basically a private mine site, copper mine. You'll get a couple of, 717s and Fokker 100s popping up here, doing the FIFO thing. As per the Ursa, we have no fuel really available apart from jet fuel, which has to be brought in by private installation. I'm sure they charter it like wounded bulls. So we'll take X-ray Tanker Zulu over to Carnarvon next flight, probably on Wednesday. And then we can swap aeroplanes. I'm thinking about doing the 172 or going back to something nice and 80 away. A little bit slower than this thing. We'll meander our way back down towards Perth. Good looking aeroplane, that thing though. Has been quite useful on these rather long sectors over the Great Sandy Desert. Looking at the route coming up, we're here at Degrussa. We have a 308 nautical mile journey to get over to Carnarvon. After we get to Carnarvon, 171 miles down to Kalbarri. Then we hop over to Carrara, only 157 miles. 141 miles down to an RWF base Gingen, or however you say it. Then we'll probably fly over Rottnest Island into Jandakot, then down towards Bunbury, Busselton and Albany. We're heading back on upwards to Cunderdin. And from Cunderdin, I think we'll be jumping onto the Realair Beechcraft Duke BE60. So we're getting that prepared in the next couple of weeks. Aviation 30 is asking if I'll be flying EasyJet at all. Well, I have in the past, and I'm sure I will again. Maybe not in the real world, but certainly on the sim. That FS Labs A320 sweet action. Here come the crew. I've got two of them overflowing the field and they're doing the old loop back. Looks like they're on, what, right-hand bases? No idea. Anyway, we'll go ahead and close the old lid. I've got work tomorrow at 6:30 in the morning, and after that we've got good old Milk Run Monday. So for Milk Run Monday, I'm thinking about bringing out the Dash 8 400. Haven't been on that for a little while. It'd be nice to get reacquainted. That's fair enough. Any Airbus will do sometimes, but yeah, the FS Labs just has that ACARS system, which is amazingly fun to use. Ah, here come the crew. I can see three of them all on file. They're doing some weird right-hand pattern. Why are you guys doing a right-hand pattern? That's not in the thing. Guess we'll sit here and wait for them to come along. We'll pop the old Avatar man back out. Is there any buildings over here? Ah, there's a dunny. There's an outhouse over here. Toilet inspector can inspect the toilet. Ah, there's a building behind the tree. Cool. I'm not sure that's a toilet. I reckon that's a NDB transmitter or something like that. A box of electronics. Then it must be inside the building. Nice little veranda. Tomorrow I'm thinking of doing Melbourne to Canberra in the Dash 8. Then on Wednesday we'll be flying to Carnarvon from here. CCTV inside the cubicle. I just see one of you guys nearly crash. Great. Good work, Mooney squad. Good work. Anyhow, with that chaos ensuing, we'll go back inside and have a nice cup of tea. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that rather nice relaxing flight over this little sandy desert. Yeah, probably Melbourne to Canberra. Might go on Canberra to Sydney, don't know, we'll see. See how I feel, but certainly Melbourne to Canberra in the Dash 8 is on the thing. I already flew from Sydney to Bendigo, and then we tried to turn around and the sim crashed at about 18,000 feet in the climb. Is there a netto? That makes some kind of sense. This is a little bit Alfred Hitchcocky. Go on. Alright, come to it. Yep. See you guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and see you in the week. Hope all of your social isolation isn't driving you too mad. But we'll be here tomorrow doing the work run in the Dash. Till then, I've been Musical Aviator, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao for now.